Yo, what's up guys, JVH here and welcome back to 2K18 where we are going up against the Thunder today. Back home at the Amway Center, had a pretty shitty loss against Indiana at the Pacers Arena, but or whatever their arena's called, but yeah, it was a tough matchup going up against Oladipo. But we're going to try and bounce back with hopefully a big win against the Thunder today. But it's going to be a tough one, so we can jump straight in, and I hope you guys enjoy.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder. For Oklahoma City, they come into tonight's game after a loss to the Mavericks at American Airlines Center. They suffered an upset loss, perhaps a loss of focus, but you can be certain that won't be the case tonight. Should be an interesting evening. Two teams that like to slow things down a bit.
Ernie, you sound like a record that's going wrong.
Yeah.
Man, need to speed you up. Put
Kenny,
that battery in your back.
what are some of the keys to running a really good half-court offense?
Why are you slowing me down, Ernie? Patience. Gotta have patience. Like you have to have the kind of patience that it takes to sit next to you and Shaq right now, while you guys are really making me feel uncomfortable with your slow motion manners.
Well, Ernie, he didn't answer the question
Oh,
right.
my goodness.
You have to value each possession because you may not get a lot of them.
That's the
Not
fastest
only
I've heard
that,
Shaq
Ernie,
speak.
offensive rebounding can change a game.
Oh.
Excellent point.
Thank you, Ernie.
That's actually you need to speak like that more often.
Let's go courtside to Kevin
Harlan.
Harlan.
I'm the only one in fast motion here.
At 6'0" number 14, DJ Augustin. Number 9 center from USC, Dan Vucevic. The other forward. At 6'9", number 00, Aaron Gordon. Starting at the other guard, 6 feet 7 inches, number 10, Evan Fournier. Your home team head coach is Frank Vogel. Once again, your Orlando Magic.
We're live, the home of the Magic, the Amway Center in beautiful Orlando, Florida. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. Thrilled to be back in Orlando. The Magic ready for that home court advantage. Facing off here against a very talented ball club, guys. This is a tremendous chance for them to put all their skill and talent on display.
And when I look at Orlando, they've started the season on a high note. We thought it may take a while for them to kind of find their groove, but it doesn't look like they're going anywhere here or any concerns about growing pains.
Well, if they're going anywhere, it's going to be up. They've been playing like a very mature, focused team here in the early part of the season. Not at all like the team that so many people thought would be hanging around the bottom of the standings at this point.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. On the wings, Abrinas and George. Steven Adams is out there with Anthony, and it's Westbrook in at the 1.
And since Dwight Howard back in 2012, the rebuild effort just has languished here in Orlando, unable really to draft any superstar talent. And last season, trades for veteran talent didn't really move the needle either. Against length, he does a nice job of creating just enough separation.
Well, 10,000 hours of practice at work here, blocking out all distractions and just shooting your shot.
Now here's Westbrook. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
A lot of those plays came off tremendous hustle. He was committed to ripping down as many rebounds as he possibly could in this one.
Here's Augustine, following the basket by Russell Westbrook. And here's Vucevic. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. In the corner, it's Westbrook. That 3 off the mark. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And stolen by Gordon. Dishes to Vucevic. To the paint. Stolen. Looking at Oklahoma City, they want to turn it around after the loss to Dallas.
Yeah, guys, they were forcing it a bit in that one and shot a relatively low percentage because of it.
Well, if I put it on a scale, Greg, the aggressiveness was an 8. The shot selection, a 2. Could have been a lot better.
Some nice ball movement by the Magic. And Fournier kicks to Augustine. Gordon up on top. 5 on the clock. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
From distance, when he gets into a rhythm early, it makes this offense a lot more dynamic.
Well, great to get him involved, particularly at the start of the game. This is what keeps guys engaged.
Now Augustine, after Westbrook's missed 3. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Vucevic. Puts up a 3. And so the ball out of bounds. Fournier last touched it. And Evan Fournier out of France, an instinctive offensive player, Greg.
Yeah, favorite player growing up was Manu Ginobili, and you can see some similarities in their games. Fournier possesses long-range shooting, but also able to handle and put pressure on the D with the dribble.
Like the tactics on defense there, refusing to give the shooter the easy layup at the rim.
Augustine passes to Fournier. He kicks to Gordon. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Gordon's got 5 now. For the Orlando Magic, they come into this one following a loss to the Pacers in Indiana.
Yeah, but when you shoot a percentage in the low 30s as a team, and they did that in that game, it is just not going to be your night.
Yeah, you check the stat sheet and you can dominate just about every other facet of the game, but it's not going to make up for anything if you shoot the ball at such a low percentage.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. Now, Brent, the media and others have commented that while Westbrook is a gifted scorer, he isn't an efficient scorer. What do you think of that?
Well, Russell is surrounded by guys who are still trying to figure out exactly what they are supposed to be in the league. He's not going to wait around for them to figure it out on his watch. And so that's the delicate dance right now for Oklahoma City. Russell Westbrook trying to find a balance between leading the charge and putting a charge in his teammates.
Now here's Payton. 9 points last game out. Pass to Hazanya. Right side, Gordon. Passes it to Hazanya. Orlando needs to get off a shot. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, I got a few minutes with Billy Donovan. This is the first meeting of the season between these teams, and he stressed to his guys the need to rely on their instincts at the offensive end. He said, we do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses without forcing things. If we keep doing that, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if they can keep that up tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks, David. And guys, how will they go about getting their shooting percentage where Coach wants it to be?
Well, what you always see is that a high assist rate leads to a good field goal percentage. So that's essential for unselfish play.
Now, you nailed it, GA. If you don't get good passing out there, you're not going to get great shooting. So that will be a huge determining factor in this one.
Craps in the tray. Peyton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Patterson, the screen. A 3-ball. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Magic leading by 6. Here's Gordon. That one's not going to go. Some solid defense from Grant. Shoots from 14. The shot's good from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 7 points.
Great recognition there from Russell Westbrook. You take away his path to the basket, he can still just rise up and get you from the mid-range.
Thunder trailing by 4. Fires for 3. No good. He missed it. Brings him to 3 for 8 this game.
Now, this just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. They got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter. From 13 feet, it goes down. He's got 9.
Well, able to explode in the paint at will, and a great finisher. Westbrook a terror once he gets in there.
Down low. Got a piece of it. Westbrook with the steal. Here's Ferguson. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Back to Peyton. Gordon kicks to Simmons. He dishes it to Spates. Gordon a screen. That will count. He got it! That is one fantastic buzzer beater!
He hit that shot like it was nothing. Just another day at the office.
An incredible turn of events. It is bedlam here in the arena.
And that does it for the first quarter. Magic lead by 5. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And Russell Westbrook, a guy who has faced some criticism, but also a guy who is extremely critical of himself.
It's tough, and I'm still learning every night to be able to come out, to know when to score, to know when to pass, to know when to be aggressive, to know when to slow down. It can be tough at times because I want to do so well, and I want my teammates to do so well, and I want to win so bad.
Well, you have to love the competitive attitude, the desire to be great, not just for himself, but for his teammates, too.
And the emphasis on winning. That's why so many people in the league feel that it's just a matter of time before Westbrook puts those finishing touches on his game.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And what do you guys think about the Magic here so far in this one?
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Well, they found a little bit of space out there on the perimeter, and they have a shared confidence right now. That tends to breed some success for this team.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Orlando, Hezonja is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Peyton. Then there's Maurice Spates. And it's Simmons in at the shooting guard position. And Brett, when you hear Donovan on the sideline or in the huddle, it's clear how big a motivator he can be for his team. He certainly gets the most out of his players from the stars to the end of the bench.
One thing that Billy Donovan did in the early part of taking the job with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I remember it well, Kevin. I went to the UCLA campus where Billy Donovan had invited most of the roster for the Oklahoma City team, and he started to establish that trust in the off-season, being there for workouts, understanding the personalities of his team, and getting to know his guys. All of those things have reaped some incredible rewards in the early part of Billy Donovan's coaching career.
Westbrook dishes to Felton. A 3-ball connects from three-point range.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Payton passes to Gordon. Back to Payton. Spates with a screen on Patterson. And there's the pass to Spates. In the corner, Simmons with it. 5 to shoot. Out to Payton. No one near him. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. A quick shot there, and it's off target. Here's Gordon. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Gordon's got 9.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. And Brent, 14 years in the NBA, you spent about half your time on the defensive end. Of all the guys you were matched up against, who was surprisingly difficult to cover?
It's funny, Kevin, because a lot of coaches would tell you I did not spend half of my time on the defensive end.
Well, I know better. I know better.
Surprisingly difficult to stop, I would tell you, it would be Mitch Richmond. Many years in Sacramento playing for the Kings. He was known as the Rock, and I can tell you why. Running into him and his physicality as a two-guard was very, very difficult to stop. One of the game's greatest two-guards.
Sturdy, wasn't he? I mean, he was thick. He was hard to move is what I think about.
He was very thick and physical, which was something that I was certainly not. And they also ran a myriad of screens for him on every possession. The most potent offensive player they had was Mitch Richmond, and they would get him open every time. So a very difficult cover for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
And therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive, but not committing turnovers.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Aaron Gordon. Isaac comes in for Mario Hezonja. Evan Fournier's checked in for Simmons. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Elfrid Payton.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. There's a screen. And Adams kicks to Felton. Back to Adams. Good. And a nice assist from Felton. Felton's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, Adams doesn't get his number called offensively all that often, but when he does, he can show you what he's capable of doing.
Here's Abrinas, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, he picked up the ball clean. He has a sneaky court awareness that you have to be careful around. That time results in the steal.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
And stolen by Spates. And Vucevic kicks to Augustine. Off target from outside. Thunder trailing by 4. And Maurice Spates, the stretch big man, has always had a good mid-range shot, Brent, but when he was with the Warriors, you may recall, he was able to expand his range out to 3.
Well, there's something that goes along with winning, and I think that's a tremendous amount of confidence. So after Maurice Spates got the championship ring, I think he brings some of that leadership and locker room mentality that you need on a winning team.
Orlando leading by 4. Now Augustine. There's the feed to Vucevic. Spates sets a screen for Vucevic. Augustine with it. Now Felton defending. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Orlando shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And looking at the numbers this season, they're shooting a robust 82% from the line. That's about as good as it gets.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And he knocks down the first one. Greg, you watch the Thunder play, and it's clear that this team comes out looking to attack. Everyone on the team wants to put it on the floor and go right at the rim.
And part of that is their leader, Westbrook, just setting the tone. I mean, team finished near the top in points in the paint last season, and the addition of Paul George just helps to enforce that strength.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Anthony on the wing. From deep. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Felton has got 4 assists in the game. There's 1:47 left now here in the second. Spates against Anthony. Spates down low. Fournier for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
George, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Augustine, and that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for Orlando.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown here from three-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal.
Oklahoma City trailing, knocked away. Here's Abrinas, and the call will be against Fournier. That is his first foul of the game. 1:07 left in the first half. It's stolen by Vucevic.
Great execution of the double team right there, able to strip it and then get the possession.
With a break in the action, let's see which teams have come away with the most steals in the NBA this season. In third, the Thunder.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
And that one falls for Spates.
Now for the Thunder last season, the first one in the AD era, that stands for after Durant, you can imagine just how devastating his departure was for the fans of the franchise. But I think Sam Presti, as the general manager, prepared themselves for Kevin Durant leaving and for Russell Westbrook to assume the reins of the team.
Now here's Felton. Back to George. Screen by Adams. George dishes to Anthony. Shot clock at 5. Here's Adams. That shot no good. Great D that time from Vucevic. And with OKC, as long as this team has been in this city, they have known success as a franchise.
Part of the fear that losing KD in free agency was that the success was going to go with them. But on the shoulders of Russell Westbrook having an historic NBA season, averaging a triple-double, Billy Donovan got these guys to play pretty hard, ended up being in the playoffs, and now have young guys that maybe could show some potential to maintain a level of success this fan base is used to. Bucket earned, out-muscling and out-hustling everybody for the rebound.
Augustine. The shot will not fall. And so it's Orlando with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Elfrid Payton. EP, you saw the floor and found the open man in the first half. What's enabled you to create all those opportunities?
Just trying to get into the paint. Defense collapsing, and the guys are doing the hard job of making the shots. So.
Well, it's a team effort, Elfrid. Thanks a lot for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first period was 6 points. Checking out the Magic. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, their playmakers are showing up tonight, seeing the court well, moving the basketball. That's why they had so many assists in the first half. And they're not just relying on ISO plays to generate points.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
They were strong in transition. Seemed like the guys fed off the higher tempo. Certainly, they definitely got the looks they wanted, playing an outstanding game. If they can keep it up in the second half, they may wear the other side out.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, he has been dominant as we expected coming into this one. Skilled and relentless.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. On the wings, Abrinas and George. Anthony out there with Steven Adams. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard position.
Yeah, continuing his efforts to be more accurate from behind the arc. This will help his team spread the floor even more. Westbrook knocks that one down.
Pass to Isaac. Picked by Vucevic. And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. Shoots over Adams. It's stolen by Adams. Augustine against Westbrook. Over Augustine. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Russell Westbrook. So often nowadays in transition, Brent, we'll see a guy get to the rim, then kick it out to someone standing at the three-point line. What's your feeling on that?
Kevin, who's at the three-point line?
Let's say Brent Barry's out.
I'm more than okay with that. You know, so some of the guys, Kevin, in the new age are running to the three-point line, and as the ball gets to the rim, yeah, the modern-day fast break is not your classic 3-on-2, and we're going to take the wings coming in, and we're going to feed one guy for a layup. That first available wide-open three-point shot, whether 2 seconds into the possession or 12, is something coaches are willing to live with.
Problem is, though, sometimes that big wants to run and does run, but you don't reward him, and then maybe they don't run the next time down.
That's exactly right, Kevin. You have a big guy working that hard. Problem is, in today's game, some of those big guys are also running to that three-point line.
You're exactly right. Here's Augustine after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Gordon a screen for three. Fournier drills the three-pointer. Fournier's got his second bucket of the night. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Here's Abrinas. The dish now to Westbrook. Adams sets the pick for Westbrook. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, he's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle.
And that one misses.
Well, he's an NBA scoring champion. Westbrook sure has improved his entire offensive repertoire since his days in Westwood.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Hezonja, he's checked in for Isaac. Jonathan Simmons comes in for Evan Fournier. And it's Peyton in for Augustine. Then for the Thunder, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Steven Adams. Grant comes in for Anthony. And Ferguson subbed in for Paul George. Here's Hezonja, picked by Vucevic. And Hezonja gets it to go. Hezonja's got 5 points so far.
The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
Westbrook with a wide open look. The shot, no good. And Orlando will come the other way. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
Interconference showdown. You love to see clubs that don't play each other often go head-to-head.
Well, they'll meet twice this season. Tonight, the first matchup, so hard to know exactly what to expect.
Banked in off the glass. Westbrook's got 19 points.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
Gordon goes in. No one near Payton as he lets it go. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Westbrook.
Well, he has turned in a complete offensive performance so far, and he isn't through yet. I mean, you have to admire the work rate he's put in to get open on every trip. Even when he isn't the one scoring, he is affecting the defense as they have to gravitate towards him.
Oklahoma City on D. They trail by 3. Outside Gordon. Out to Payton. There's the triple. Payton with another miss. Thunder have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Inside. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, people talk so much about shoot first guy with Westbrook. How about that time finding the open man?
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Lasagna's shot is off. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Launches the 3. And it's Westbrook missing. Magic have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Vucevic a screen on Patterson. Westbrook with the steal. Here's Abrinas, guarded by Simmons. And here we go. Payton heading to the hoop. And it's Gordon with the finish.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And that last replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleashed chaos moment.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
The Magic making a switch here. Spates is checked in. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Felton's checked in. And now we've got the intentional foul. Oklahoma City shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Hey, Brent, we know that speed is at a premium these days, but so are analytics. Talk about some of the guys who are both quick and extremely efficient.
I think about a couple guys at the point guard position because that's normally you say quick, that's where your head goes, Kevin. So Isaiah Thomas is one of those guys that is just a blur. Once he crosses half court, he's going to counterpunch you in some way. And then Steph Curry in Golden State, you have to come out to 30 feet to guard what Steph's going to do. But there are also guys who are deceptive with their quickness and the way that C.J. McCollum manipulates a pick and roll set and gets himself into the mid-range. Those guys are pretty good at what they do, exercising that quickness along with efficiency.
Here's Payton. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket.
You know, altered shots don't show up on the official stat sheet, but as we saw there, he does a great job of doing that as well as collecting the rebound.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Now it's a 4-point Thunder lead.
The defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
Here's Payton, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Russell Westbrook.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Magic have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight for the Magic. Isaac comes in for Vucevic, and Evan Fournier subbed in for Aaron Gordon. And then for Oklahoma City, Adams, he's checked in for Patterson. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Grant, and it's George in for Alex Abrinas. Outside for Felton. George against Simmons. Shoots a fader. That one wide left.
Well, he wanted to keep that shot from getting blocked, but in the process, he gave it no chance of going in because of how unbalanced he was on the fade.
out left to the wing. On the wing, George. Guarded by Simmons with 4 seconds on the clock. And there's the nice layup by George. George has got the lead up to 4 now for the Thunder. For 3, Fournier off target. Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for the Oklahoma City Thunder. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind them. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Exert yourself by being disciplined and focused on the right stuff. All right, good job. Oh, let's go now.
Words of praise from Billy Donovan asking them to stay locked in, make good choices.
Yeah, and when all 5 of these guys are on the same page, great things tend to happen. So let's see if that continues.
And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. Simmons is out there with Isaac, and it's Vucevic in at the center. That's who's out there for Orlando. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists in the game. Augustine passes to Vucevic. Kicks it to Augustine. Feeds it to Fournier. 6 to shoot. Pass to Isaac. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And Isaac is rapidly becoming a load for the defense. He utilizes that huge frame to get the shot he wants in the paint.
Now here's Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
That always energizes your teammates. They feel your imagination, get motivated, and helps you extend your lead as well.
The Thunder leading by 6. Down low. Looking for George. He gets it there. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block. Well, when Paul George announced this summer that he intended to leave for the Lakers when the contract ran out, you knew what was coming. Even as a rental possibility, the suitors lined up, and eventually the price was paid, and now George finds himself in a Thunder uniform.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Aaron Gordon is checking in for Jonathan Simmons. And Augustine kicks to Gordon. Misses the 3. And to many, the Thunder came out of nowhere to land George in that trade.
Well, most thought Cleveland or maybe Boston were the front runners for his services, but the Thunder snuck in and made their team a 2-star squad once again. Very interesting to see how far the duo of Westbrook and George can go. Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the court.
And Westbrook, here we go, over Augustine. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And usually that mid-range jumper finds the bottom of the net. Defense has to be more aggressive moving forward.
That one falls. Vucevic has got 4 points in the quarter.
And all quarter long, he's been zeroed in and knocks down big shot after big shot here in the fourth.
Outside Westbrook. Got a piece of it. Vucevic down low. Adams defending. Westbrook against Augustine. And he banks in the layup. And now just a 5-point Oklahoma City lead. Westbrook kicks to Adams. Felton dishes to Anthony. Screen by Adams. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
Yeah, really trying to sell it out there, but the official just, he ain't buying.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Abrinas is checked in. Here's Isaac. Gordon. Anthony with the block.
How about Melo rising up quick to that one there? Nice shot block.
Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
For 3, Westbrook. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Westbrook's got 15 points here in the second half. Picked by Vucevic. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside Westbrook. Teardrop shot, and that one is good. And it's an 8-point Thunder lead.
Defense predicated on stopping Russell at the rim, but then he uses that body control and a little bit of touch to float one over you.
Now here is Augustine. Vucevic setting the pick for Fournier. Drains the three-pointer.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
They get it back. Adams' shot is good.
Well, you have to put at least one body on Adams, maybe two. With his size and relentlessness, he'll light you up on the offensive glass.
Here's Gordon. Back to Augustine. To the right side. Outside Gordon. Magic moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. The 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Anthony's got 4 rebounds in this game. Westbrook kicks to Abrinas. Anthony with the screen on Augustine. Screen by Adams. Off the pick. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Well, an off-the-charts scoring night right here for Westbrook. It seems like he's getting just about anything he wants.
56 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and Augustine kicks to Gordon. That doesn't go either for Gordon.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
And stolen by Gordon. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Once a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, Steven Adams has the size and smarts to really become a devastating big man in the NBA.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. And then for Oklahoma City. Grant, he's checked in for Anthony. And Ferguson subbed in for George. Heaton. No good on the 3. He drops the first one, and that'll push the lead to double digits. Both good from the line that time.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, folks. I like the fact that he took his time at the line and simply did what he does, practice his routine and seal it.
He feeds it to Biyombo. Here's the screen, and Simmons kicks to Biyombo. His three-pointers off the mark. Westbrook with it. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Payton. Here's the 3. Misses there. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound up.
Well, there you guys have it.
That's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up.
We always seem to have it in the first half.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
The third and fourth quarter. I mean, we crumbled in the third quarter.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
We just don't have the depth in the squad.
Continue to play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Alright, sorry, I was just looking at some of the replays. So as you can see there, 3-pointers, again, 25%, that's really shit. 38% field goals, really shit. But when we look at the first half, yes, even that, 38, it's not that good either. See, the first half, second half we're actually better on field goals, because that's just decided to drive towards the rim more. But see there, 2 for 13 on the 3-pointers. I mean, I've practiced all week trying to get timing right, trying to get everything right, and it's down to just overall rating, to be honest. You know, I literally have to get these guys wide open to get a 3-point shot in. Like, I mean, like no one even within like 10 feet of them, basically, to get that shot in. But fundamentally today, I mean, it was basically, I mean, if you look at this, it's just we don't have any franchise player like Westbrook. I mean, look at that, 30 points. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it's like real life, but at the same time, I mean, Aaron Gordon had a good game today. See that? But and I was pretty impressed with Hazonia considering the minutes he played. See, 8 minutes and he scored 7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 turnover. Or is that it? Oh, I thought it was takeaway. Never mind. Yeah, plus minus he had 1, so he was the only guy that went positive, I think, on our whole team. So that's the end of today's game, as we can begin this sort of home streak. So we definitely need to get a win while we're at home before we travel away again and have the pressure put back on us. But yeah, I mean, another big loss. I just need to somehow find something. But I'll continue training midweek, and we'll see if we can come back for the game on Thursday. Alright, thanks guys.